The NFL, the final frontier for specialists, as there's no level of play of higher quality. The punts are further and higher, the kicks are more accurate, the blockers are more physical and conniving, and in an AFC North matchup and a bitter rivalry, two teams are currently playing QBs that neither fan base is thrilled of. This game is ultimately going to come down to defense and special teams, and today we're peering inside the life of a punter. Our guys for today are the Steelers punter Pressley Harvin III and Browns punter Cory Bojorquez. Pressley's going into his second year with the Steelers and looking to finally have some respect put on his name. He is also looking to tidy up his image, proving he's more consistent than he's been given credit for, and with the howling wind tonight, it's going to be his time to prove he can do it in the toughest conditions. On the flip side, Cory has been on 3 teams in 3 years and is finally looking to prove he has NFL staying power. Unfortunately for him though, his punting has never been in question, as he has the consistency, power, and touch to be a complete package in the NFL. But what his reputation ultimately comes down to is holding on field goals. It's often been cited as what's been holding him back from staying with any one team. Ultimately, this game is going to be between 2 young punters that have plenty to prove. It opens up with a quick 5-play drive as Bojorquez is quick to remind us he has plenty enough leg for this league. Unfortunately, he may have expected the wind to take more off of it, as it ends up sailing 3 yards deep into the end zone. The Steelers don't do too much with their drive either, as just 4 plays later, Pressley finds himself hitting the exact ball he'd want to see less of if he wants his fans to start changing their opinion. A 39-yard punt that falls short of the 20-yard line is not where you want to be. For most, this opening series from both parties is less than desirable, but you know me in the stands, I'm loving it. The Browns continue to struggle to get things going as quickly their offense finds themselves putting the punt unit back onto the field after just 3 plays. But this time, the Steelers dial up the pressure as one of them gets home, tipping the ball off Cory Bojorquez's foot and having it sail out of bounds only 25 yards past the line of scrimmage. The Steelers do little with this drive, settling for just a field goal attempt. But the howling winds prove to be too much for Boswell as his ball fades and fades further outside the right upright. The missed field goal seemed to blow open the scoring potential for both teams, however, as they would go on to trade touchdowns. This is where being a punter becomes hard. You're never guaranteed another punt. Instead, you're always splitting time between holding for field goals, keeping your hands warm, making sure your long snapper gets serviced, as well as trying to keep from blowing out your leg practicing. The level of locked in you have to be for 3 hours of a game like this is unreal, as at any point your name could be called for a variety of reasons. But as the Steelers finished their last drive, they would move to halftime. Here you have to get warmed back up, because at least for the last 15 minutes of game time, the only time you've touched the field is to hold for your kickers. You have to block out the distractions around you, focus up on executing in the second half, and get ready to go. The Steelers open up this half with a decent drive, but stall out a little after midfield, where they learn from their last missed field goal and decide to punt. Once again, this punt falls short of Pressley's expectations, only landing at the 14-yard line, netting only 32 yards. From here, the Browns would put together a very important drive going 70 yards to give York a chance to redeem a missed extra point earlier, which he makes with ease. The Steelers would struggle on offense for the rest of the night, and Pressley would come punt again, but this time the pressure almost gets home, leading for it to hit off the side of his foot and sneaks inbound, and luckily a good roll is able to save the end result, but still not a punt I'm sure he's happy with. The good roll wouldn't save them from a long touchdown drive, however, as the Browns now take a 9-point lead. Pressley would punt it back to the Browns after another short drive, then Bojorquez would hit his first beautiful punt inside the 10-yard line of the night. From here, they would go back and forth one more time, but a costly missed hit by Cory sets the Steelers up on the 20-yard line to give them a great opportunity to drive down the field, bringing the game within 6 points. This set up an onside kick, and you could feel the suspense from the section I was sitting in as they all had flashbacks to the week prior, but the Browns recovered the kick, and the game was all but over. 3 plays later, Cory trotted out on the field to deliver the killing blow. A beautiful punt to land perfectly out of bounds at the 4-yard line, and just like that, 1 play later, the game was finished. Overall, this game was definitely a net positive for Bojorquez. He put on a brilliant display, only letting 1 punt end up not how he wanted. For Pressley, though, although the end result wasn't terrible, I know it's not how he wanted it to go down, and I'm sure he'll be using this to keep fueling his fire pressing forward. There's still plenty of seasons left for both of these guys as they walk away from a game in the lives of a punter.